This is going to be a very different video. I have done basically no research from it. This is pretty much just my own personal experiences and my own beliefs. So take with it what you will. But I believe that a decent bit of us men, and even some of us in self improvement, suffer from a lot of transphobia without realizing it or actively partake in it, but not see how their struggles relate to ours as natural born men. At least speaking about female to male. I don't know as much about male to female because I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't. I haven't learned as much. So I'm speaking just purely about female to male. Firstly, we we cannot use the argument that dick sizes don't matter if it doesn't cut both ways. We can't say it doesn't matter for us, like women shouldn't make fun of us or say that we're less of a man for it, if we don't say the same for trans people. Just taking a random example, take like if someone was tortured and they had their dick cut off, would they then now not be a man? Just if someone had a very small penis, would that make them not a man? Would that make them less of a man? Based on our arguments, no, that doesn't affect it at all. Being a man is so much more than just your genitalia, which is the exact same thing for trans people, female to male. We They're struggling from the exact same prejudices, but we're helping it. We are furthering it. We're making it worse for other men because we don't realize how we're connected. We don't see the ways we're connected. We only see the ways we're divided. We don't look for ways to share our stories, to share our experiences, because we think they are weird, that they should be demonized or whatever. Second, another one is that of how you can't be as much of a man if you're trans because you haven't been it your whole life. I think especially no because of what I learned from self improvement. Like something directly from Hamza is that he said that yes, you weren't as much of a man for most of your life, but because you're actively learning how to be, because you're actively trying to become more of one, you're actively like studying it and doing things to become more of one, it like supercharges it. The exact same thing applies for trans people. They're also doing that. They're also actively trying to do it, so they can of course do it faster because they're instead of just doing it by living, they're doing it by actively doing things to increase it. They're actively taking testosterone. Wouldn't it say more? Because we also say that like, testosterone is our blood. Testosterone is what makes us men, large amounts, and they are taking the testosterone hormones lots of the time. So wouldn't that make them a man if they have the hormones? And from what I've learned from interacting with trans people, they have the same brain as us because what the difference really isn't about our genitalia or anything. It's about our brains. Men and women simply have different brains. They think differently. Doesn't it make sense that sometimes some people will be born into the wrong body? That sometimes they have like the right brain, just the wrong body? Considering how many people there are, doesn't that make sense? It doesn't necessarily make you worse. It just makes your life a little bit harder. So why would we then demonize and say that they're less than us? Why? It's something they can't control. From lots of chance people have known, they've always known this. And like when I know in the Middle East, why would you ever do that? Why would you do that for attention? They can't even go outside really, because if they do, they're gonna get killed. But they still are trans. They still decide to live like that because that's their true self. That's who they really are. There's no way someone would do that for attention. You just wouldn't.